Jesper, what have you made of Denmark's World Cup thus far?
Oh, I mean, thus far this has been a big disappointment, a huge disappointment. Going into this World Cup, there's never, ever been higher expectations going in for a Danish national team than to this World Cup. After the Euros, the semi-final in the Euros, but also with the situation with Christian Eriksen collapsing on field, coming back stronger now into the Danish national team, where he's kind of struggled in the past, but now he's the biggest star. Everyone expected that this would be the time for a record in Danish national team history, with not only a quarterfinal, but let's go to that semi-final. And let's say that after these two games, there's not much hope for a semi-final in Denmark.
So what's happened in these first two matches in your eyes?
I mean, they've just played too slow. The national team coach Kasper Hjulmand has said it as well. It's like we forgot our playing style. We had to go back on the training field and repeat. What made us one of the most feared teams in Europe, one of the underdogs going into this World Cup. We haven't seen that level. We cannot neglect that, if you look at the squad, look at the starting 11, I would say only 3 players is at their high point of their career. Christian Eriksen now playing every single game in Manchester United. Pierre-Emil Højbjerg on the central midfield, playing not only every game, but every single minute for Tottenham, playing every time. And then you have Joachim Andersen in the back, playing and leading Crystal Palace in the Premier League. But do you look at the other players? They are not at their high point. We struggle with injuries. The form isn't the best. So I think that's where we have to see, where you have to look for the reason to this disappointing start.
Socceroos Denmark played at the 2018 World Cup. It was an interesting contest. I'm not sure how much that counts for going into this, but what are the Danish feelings coming into this rematch against the Socceroos with so much on the line?
I mean, the Danish team were also a quite good side back in 2018. Back then, the expectation was also, okay, Australia, we will win that match. But do you look at the squad in 2018 compared to this squad? This squad is much stronger. There were much higher expectations, and no offense, but when we look at the Socceroos team, there's no player we fear. I mean, maybe Matt Ryan from the Danish league, who's now a backup to Camille Grabara.
You're not even giving him a run in Denmark.
No. And I mean, when you look at it, players from J-League 2, Championship, the Scottish Premier League, we're not fearing you guys, but we fear ourselves, I would say, going in to this last group match against an Australian team who can, I would say, go for a draw and with 99.99% to go through, because let's face it, I don't think Tunisia will beat France, not even with the second best team. So that is a big concern going into this match, because Denmark are better against teams who wants to attack as well. And I mean, you guys have a band of brothers, a brotherhood that's quite unique, I would say, at this World Cup, and that is a big concern for Denmark.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Jesper, how does it play out Wednesday night here in Doha, Thursday morning, 2 in the morning this time in Australia? What's the result? Who gets through?
I think Denmark will find a way to get through. I'm so sorry for you guys in Australia, but I think we have to see the different skills compared to the two teams. I mean, you have to see a Christian Eriksen, a Pierre-Emil Højbjerg, and Andreas Skov-Olsen, who's playing Champions League every week. I mean, you have to see these guys managing to find a way to get Denmark through. But it will be a struggle. It will be a hard-fought match. I mean, we know Australian soccer players, as you know, they leave it all out there. We saw it against Tunisia. We felt it in 2018 in the draw in Moscow. And now you guys have everything to play for. I mean, a place in the last 16. Who would actually have thought that going into this World Cup? So if the score is 0-0 in the break, and then I would be very uncomfortable, because Denmark need a good start. They need to get some confidence. I mean, that is one of the big problems. I mean, you look at the players; they don't believe in themselves. They don't look as the team who made it to the semifinals and was, like, let's face it, 10 minutes away from a final, extra time against England on Wembley. It's just not the same team, even though it's the same players.
Jesper, thanks for your time and may the best team win.
Yeah, let's say that.